I'd like you to turn to page 403, and this is going to be your homework. And we are going to do a few problems together, and then the remaining problems you will do on your own. So the ones that are highlighted in green, A and B, we are going to do together. C and D, you'll do on your own. Down at the bottom, letter A we'll do together, and then these three problems you'll do on your own. You may go ahead and cross out that bottom row. We will not be worrying about that. I would like you to put a little bubble or cloud on the right side of each column of problems, multiplication check. So take a moment and set up your paper. If you need to pause the video, go ahead and do that. All right, starting with number 1, we have 1/2 divided by 4. We're going to go ahead and set up our area model first. And it's telling me that I need to split in half. So I'm going to divide it. And then I'm going to shade 1 out of 2 partitions. Then going horizontally, I need to split it in four parts. So to do fourths, I make 3 kind of evenly spaced lines over here. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to come straight across. And then I'm really just concerned about figuring out what one part of this whole piece would be worth. So I'm just going to circle this 1. My numerator is going to be 1. So 1 is my numerator out of how many total pieces? And I like to put little check marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So my answer is 1/8. Now I'm going to set up my problem to do my multiplication check. Remember, I'm going to start at the other end. This is kind of like a fact family. So eventually I want to see 1/8, my 4, and then my answer is, in lowest terms, should be 1/2. So 1/8 times 4. And then I'm going to rewrite that as a true fraction problem. So this technically means 1 times 4. My partitions of 8 are not going to change. And then when I look at this, 1 times 4, that's 4. And my denominator is going to remain the same as 8. Now, 4/8 is what I have right now, but my answer should be 1/2. You might already recognize that 4 is half of 8. Some people may not. So I need to figure out, what do 4 and 8 have in common? What number? Many times this top numerator is a factor of this bottom number. So I'm going to divide top and bottom by 4. So 4 divided by 4, that's 1. And 8 divided by 4, that is 2. And there is my equivalent fraction for 4/8, which is 1/2, and it matches. Okay, beautiful job. Let's move on to the next example that we have, 1/3 divided by 6. So I'm going to start out by making my area model. Go ahead and draw your area box. And then 1/3, so I need to partition this into 3 parts vertically. And then I'm going to shade 1 out of 3. There's my 1/3. Now I'm dividing these 1/3 into 6 parts. So to make 6, I'm going to split it 6 ways, but I make 5 kind of evenly spaced markers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now I'm taking those thirds and I'm splitting them into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. My answer for this, working with that unit fraction, I'm really just wondering what one part of that would be. So this is my numerator. I'm really looking at what is the size of one piece? What is the size of one piece? Well, I'm going to put my 1 up there, and then I count all of these tinier partitions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1/18. And if you recognize that you can multiply 6 times 3 to get that, That's great. Now I'm going to check my work using that multiplication sentence. 1/18 times 6, and I should end up with 1/3 in the end. I am going to rewrite this as a correct fractional number sentence. So 1 times 6, and then 18 is my denominator. 1 times 6 is 6, and then my denominator stays 18. So 6, if I count by 6s, 6 is a factor of 18. So I am just going to divide top and bottom by 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. And 18 divided by 6, or how many 6s do I multiply to get to 18? My answer should be 3. 1/3 is what I end up with, and 1/3 is what I started with here. So your job, we're going to do one more together on the bottom. Your job will be to do C and D on your own, drawing the area model, and then showing your multiplication checking. Let's do one of them down here. These get a little tricky. They're kind of harder to draw. I drew mine kind of scrunched, but let me show you the best way to draw tenths. So I have my area model 1/2 divided by 10, and I'm splitting it in half, and then shading that half. And try to make yours fairly little. I will not make you do the multiplication check here. There's just not enough room. So 1/2 divided by 10, split it in half. Now off to the side here, we need to make tenths. I'm going to make 9 kind of evenly spaced marks over here. 1, 2, 3, these are going to be little, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we are going to draw straight across to make our array. And these are going to be little teeny tiny parts. And if you need to do this on a bigger piece of paper, that is okay. So I should have tenths. So if I split something in half, and then I want to split that half into tenths, I'm really wondering how big is just one piece when I do that. What is the size of this one little part right here? So my numerator is going to be 1. And then if I were to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1/20 would be my answer for that one. So that is letter A. You will be working on, you'll be taking a picture of the ones that we did together. You then will be working on C and D. You'll take a picture of C and D, and then B, C, and D, you will also be solving in your packet, but then there's a drag and drop. I hope you learned a lot about how to do the area model, but also how to check it with multiplication. Great job today, everybody.